Hey everyone, so I have been meaning to make this video probably going on the last 2 months or so. So it's been a little crazy with the holidays and getting started over the last few months and dialing everything in with the business. But I wanted to just jump on here. Actually about to go fill some combo machines today. And so I just wanted to do this real quick. I know some of you from the vending groups and Facebook and yada, 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 have questions on getting started. So I wanted to make this list because it's information I wish I would have known when getting started. So it's basically 10 things that I wish I knew is how I was able to minimize it down. I'm just gonna touch on each of them briefly. If you have questions, you can ask them down in the comments and then I will respond or reach out to you. But I'll just start with number one. From everything that I've read and all the research that I've done, the Seaga machines, I've talked to owners of these machines also, and they tend to have the most problems. So typically, even talking to other owners, they say stay away from these machines. If you already have one, I do have the number directly to tech support that I found as I was doing research. I went ahead and jotted that down from different like forums and boards online when I was considering machines. We use all American-made AMS machines. So for number two, buying product, I would say buying product, your best bet, especially starting out when you're trying to figure things out, is gonna be buying product that has a shelf life of at least 3 months. There may be some products that you wanna try that don't have a shelf life of minimum, I would say 3 months. You really have to pay attention to those, make sure they don't expire before you make your way back to do your stocking. So that would be my recommendation for starting out, even if you do it for 6 months and then decide you want to switch your inventory or products out. I just recommend that. We started adding items or inventory products that had a shelf life of a little bit less going on, I would say after 4 or 5 months of doing this. And it's still very challenging. So that would be my recommendation. Diet drinks, I've heard, I would say both sides of having diet drinks. If you have a clientele that really wants these, obviously you would like to give it to them because that's really, it's gonna make you more money overall. So you can definitely put these in your machines, but just keep in mind they typically expire quicker than your regular sodas. And typically, depending on how you store or how you transport them, they do tend to explode much easier, I guess is the way to explain it. I've only come across this and had an issue with this maybe one time, so it hasn't been a huge issue for us, but we do have clients or employees that prefer Diet Coke. So, but we do go ahead and stock those. But if you're getting started, it may be an issue for you. I would say pricing items. This has been a question. I've seen this all over a lot of forums, a lot of people asking. A good rule of thumb would be pricing them at $1 profit minimum. That seems like a very good average, I would say. Good rule of thumb to go by. On my list, I would say number 5, don't get into vending until you know someone that knows how to fix machines. Whether you buy new or refurbished, these machines are very picky, very sensitive. They have a lot of sensors. I'm definitely learning that. And when you move machines, you definitely run the risk of messing up a sensor or a cord or all these different things. So it can be really, really challenging if you don't know anybody who is more than just handy and kind of has a good idea of how these machines work and how to fix even the small things. If you do buy machines that are new or refurbished from a reputable company, sometimes they do offer a parts warranty and customer service. And so that can be very helpful. AMS has had offered really good customer service for us, and that's been a savior. We actually had the first batch of our machines delivered. 4 of them were refurbished, they were snack machines, and then the other 12 were new. And one of our refurbished machines had issues, I believe, due to transport right out of the box. So AMS was super helpful. We had it fixed, and a part was sent to us in, I would say, within 2 weeks, and it was corrected. So that was easy. Here in DFW, we don't have a lot of people who you can call to come out and physically fix your machine. So I'm grateful that I know a couple people that can fix them. We haven't had any major issues though, so fingers crossed that does not happen. And depending on, I would say number 6, depending on who your customers or clients are, if you have people that are close to these machines that can, I don't want to say babysit, but if they work directly with the clients or customers at your location, if you could leave a couple dollars with the owner of the location to reimburse customers in case, one of the VINs fail. I know customers really appreciate that. So that's really up to you and depending on your clients or owners of the locations, that may be a good option. Number 7, definitely, I think is very, very important. Even when you're getting started, just do it from the beginning, especially if you plan to grow. Starting an LLC and business bank account, that's gonna help you tremendously down the road. It's also gonna, really with your taxes at the end of the year, buying inventory and products, it will help out tremendously. I know it seems like a pain, especially if you're just getting started and you're trying to figure out all these different things. Keeping everything separate from your personal, being able to track it, also being able to, buy sales tax free basically. That will also help with that and tracking expenses. So that's been a major help for us. So I would definitely say start an LLC, keep it separate from your personal stuff. Number 8 would be definitely don't buy a machine until you have a location. Different locations are gonna require different machines. A lot of these machines are big and bulky, and you really need to make sure that you have a machine that's gonna, number 1, fit in the location and be able to fit the products that your clients are actually wanting. We have a total of 16 machines and I believe 5 physical locations. And while our inventory is the same, we do have 3 different types of machines that fit similar products, but certain clients will request or want products that may vary. So it is probably going to be best if you find a location and then figure out what machine is going to work best there and what's in your budget. Otherwise, you may have a machine, I don't know if you financed or purchased it outright, and it may or may not fit, or it may or may not be able to house the products that your clients or customers potentially wanting. So that's a big one. I've also seen that discussed quite a bit on a lot of the forums and vending information. Branding, number 9, branding. There are a lot of people that say, buy the name brand products, don't buy off-brand, or maybe, one step down from name brand. Or I would say, I don't know, to me, it's a kind of a catch-22. Really, if you can get to know your customers and learn what they would want, if that's a big deal for them, obviously you want to go that route if you can if you're financially able. There are several snacks and drinks and all of that I personally think tastes better, and your clients and customers may agree. But there are also non-name brand items that are fine and that people would enjoy as well. But I wouldn't get caught up too much in the branding, or really just prioritize your sales. If you want to try different products, you know, put it in there, give it a month, see if it sells. Talk to your customers, really understand what they want, what they're looking for, and that will help you tremendously. And lastly, I would say number 10, if you have card readers on your machines, I would say whether they're Cantaloupe or Nayax, I would try to, I don't want to say avoid because you're always going to come across issues, but if you have to call either Cantaloupe or Nayax, I would say typically for both of them, call right when they open. I personally know that Nayax offers, Nayax is open starting at 8:30 a.m. I believe it's Eastern time, because we do have Nayax readers on our machines. So normally I would say the best time is to call right when they open. You're not going to be sitting on hold or waiting for somebody for a really, really long period of time, whereas in the afternoon, it could be a very long time. So that's just my recommendation. And usually you can, I think it's option 1, press option 1 and they will actually call you back. I know Nayax does that. I'm not positive on Cantaloupe, but I would think they would do something similar. And I also am gonna put their customer service number along with the Seaga machine customer service number in the text below. So if you all have any questions, this video ran a little bit longer than I wanted, but if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below and I will try and get to all of them. I think that's really all I have for today. Sorry for the delay, guys, in getting this video up. It's been a little crazy, but I will have another one coming, I would say in the next 2 weeks as well, as far as the vending business goes, and give you all an update as far as where we're at with our machines. And we will be adding a few more in an additional location in, I would say, the next 3 months. But look out for the next video because we're gonna have return on investment or profit margins. It's primarily what I'm gonna talk about in that video, and I will see you on